Cool, man.
Welcome to another heaping helping of the Final Scoop podcast. My name is Robert Schinetsky, the supplement engineer. Joining me as always, my Polish brother from another mother, Prometeus in sports technology guru extraordinaire, Lukasz Rytkowski. How are you, man? Fumbled my ass through that introduction.
God damn, man. The introductions are getting better and better every fucking day.
I'm trying.
Yeah, man. You're always on point. Thanks a lot for the kind words. Hopefully the chief is listening, and my salary will get increased.
Absolutely, yeah, man. Yeah, Lucas's boss. Give him a raise. He deserves it. He's doing the Lord's work here in the supplement industry. Welcome, Robbie. Wonderful to see your pleasant face.
Hey, guys.
Not getting your nuts bashed like you were last weekend.
Yeah, I'm recovering from that.
Good deal. Thank you all for joining us. You got any comments, questions, queries, quips, smart-ass remarks, or other things, put them up in the comments. We'll get to anything and everything over the course of our time with you today. And I'm sure Lord Shane will descend from his mountain throne imminently. We'll see him. Chris, first in as always. Lucas and I were just talking before we fired up the engine. Lucas said, "How is everything going?" And I thought, well, instead of me saying all of this and repeating it on the show, let's just start the show. So that's kind of where we're in the middle of that tangent right now. And Lucas was asking, how is things with Halfling and Sandy? So we were in New Orleans last week. We got back here Tuesday afternoon, which is when you and I were talked on the phone, Robbie. Mm-hmm. Wednesday, Sandy leaves to go out of town to Dallas to a teaching conference. She's coming back this afternoon on that. This is what she does at her teaching conferences. So if y'all will bear with me and indulge me. This is what my wife does on her free time, if I can show it. All right, hold up. Wait. All right, give me 1 second. All right, can I close this? All right, let me share.
Can I share some new pictures?
Yeah, I'm going to share it because this is what I have to live with. This is what I live with on a daily basis. All right, here we go. She's so retarded. So there was a cookie shop opening and they had like this little glamour runway thing, and Sandy doing what she does, she decided to go and do this nonsense on front of this. And so she sent me this last night, but she didn't actually send it to me. It was one of her friends, one of her teacher friends, and I didn't have this number in my phone. All it was this number right here. It says, "You lucky man." And it pops up on my screen saying, "You lucky man, you." And I thought, I'm not opening this text message. I don't know what the hell this is. So I immediately deleted it. 2 hours later, Sandy calls me saying, "Hey, you didn't say anything about my video." I said, "The hell are you talking about?" She said, "Oh, you probably deleted the message, didn't you?" I said, "I got a weird text message that says, 'You lucky man.'" And like, do y'all ever get spammy text messages where it's got some kind of nonsense? So that's, I deleted that, and she called me back later last night and said, "Hey, that's what, so apparently that's what teachers do."
That makes me think, like, why the fuck am I not back in school? Why can't she do that?
Yeah. Apparently this is what teachers do at conferences. They don't actually accomplish anything. They go stand in line for free cookies and then strut their shit on the runway.
But you know what? That's what I like about her. She always likes to have fun and enjoys herself. I think it's what? I mean, as much as I pride myself on being, I think at least fun and outspoken and easygoing, there are certain things that Sandy does that I would not be able to do. It almost makes me feel a little bit jealous because, she has this ability of letting herself go. And I think it's a great thing, to be honest.
Yeah, she's very much uninhibited in a public setting like that. She just kind of does whatever, doesn't give two shits about anything.
I remember meeting her first time in Baltimore, and the woman was the messiest eater ever. I thought I was a mess, but she was like a whole new level. I'm looking at it, I'm like, I'm not judging, I'm impressed. She clearly enjoys herself, and that ability to be able to cross that barrier of not giving a fuck what people think. I mean, you were eating like a pussy, but she was just like, she was enjoying herself, and she didn't give a rat's ass. I mean, she's meeting me for the first time in her life, and she's just being comfortable. But you know what? In all seriousness, by being that comfortable, she makes other people comfortable around her. Because you can take the mask off and you don't have to think and overthink. You can just be yourself, and I think that's amazing.
Yeah. Well, for the listeners that have no clue, so we drove up to Baltimore. We took a trip to Baltimore for our 10-year anniversary. There's a bunch of Civil War stuff we wanted to see there, and there were some distilleries and breweries in the area we wanted to. And Robbie and I had known each other for years at that point, so he came down and met us for dinner the first night we basically got in there. And so we went to the pier, and Sandy had been wanting to get some steamed crabs in Maryland, and so she orders, I don't know how many dozen crabs, dozen, 2 dozen. And I don't know, I got like a grilled shrimp salad or some bowl, or grilled fish platter or some bullshit. And her and Robbie just start whacking away at the crabs. And like Sandy's getting like neck deep into the crab, trying to eat every little morsel of meat that's in there. So yeah, it's an exposure. If you ever get to see her eat crawfish, it is much the same experience.
Yeah, and it's not even like, about like not having, because I don't want anyone to like think that she maybe lacks manners or anything else.
Oh no, she's
very polite, and she's very respectful. She knows how to behave. She knows how to talk. She knows how to communicate. It's more of, I guess I'll rephrase it. It's not about messy eater, a comfortable eater. She's comfortable with herself and people around her, which makes others feel very, very good. When I meet somebody first time, I'm a little bit reserved, and I feed off people's energy. If somebody is nice, I'm nice. If somebody's an asshole, I'm an asshole. If somebody's comfortable, I'm comfortable. And she made me very, very comfortable because, you and I have known each other for a while, so there was this comfort level. This is a woman, a lady, I've never met her in my life. I don't know how she is.
There's nothing ladylike about Sandy. We don't need to go that far.
That's the beauty about it. Like with her, you get what you don't expect. And especially, I knew that she was a school teacher. So, how we view school teachers, like strict and, judgmental and whatnot. And with her, it's exact opposite. And I think that's what draws people to her.
Yeah. I think she's very, very not dainty, which I'm glad for. She doesn't go into and so like what you were talking about, the comfortable eater. The typical trope, or the most common thing girls do when they go out to eat, is very dainty, very like, I'm just going to eat a salad and that'll be it. They're not using their hands, or like getting a burger or a set of wings. Sandy will be the girl that goes and gets the order of like buffalo wings on a first date and just gets completely, all up in them.
My mom was, I would say, kind of the opposite of Sandy in a way. She was a little bit. It's very hard to describe her. She was not an easy person, so to speak. It was rather difficult. Polite around people, especially strangers, and she knew how to behave. But she was just very strict and kind of. She could make you feel uncomfortable. Even if you were a relative. She also had like tremendous mood swings, and she was, I can say it, she was bipolar. She was suffering from depression. So she could make you uncomfortable, but at the same time, when it came to food, that was very, very interesting. And that reminds me of Sandy a little bit. She was a very comfortable person. Like she would not a messy, a very comfortable. So I remember first time when she came to the States, she would not like even look at sushi, because that was like, it's not against the tradition, but it's something the opposite of what we are used to.
Right.
And but then when she got to try it, she really started to like sushi, like really to enjoy it. And I remember we going to a restaurant, and it was me, her, and somebody else came with us. I don't remember who it was. All of a sudden they served sushi, but I never paid attention to it. My mom didn't know how to use chopsticks.
Yeah.
And they serve sushi. All of a sudden, I see my mom in her plate, obviously. She goes it with her hands. She grabs sushi and she eats it with her hands, which, if you think about it, it's actually probably very comfortable, because sushi kind of like, it's almost like a finger food if you think about it.
Yeah.
You're not comfortable with chopsticks. To eat sushi with a fork is pretty impossible because it's going to fall apart. She was, I was like looking at her. I got a little bit embarrassed for her, to be honest. As much as it's probably not cool to admit, but I was a little bit embarrassed. I was like, what the fuck? She's eating sushi with hands. And I was like, Mom, what are you doing? I said, there are chopsticks for this. She goes, I don't know how to use them. They're uncomfortable. I'm going to eat like that.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm looking at her, and I remember something crossed my mind. I was like, I'll do the same. And I was like I was proud of it that I was kind of like supportive of her. I was like, you know what, I don't give a fuck about what people think. And I started grabbing sushi and eating it with her with my hands, which was very actually comfortable. I was like,
easier to do that.
I was going into somebody else's plate. It was my own plate, but I was dipping it in soy sauce. It was very comfortable. And that kind of taught me a lot, I mean, as long as it doesn't interfere with anyone, as long as I'm not disrespecting your private space or your plate, going into your plate, I mean, that's probably would be rude, definitely would be rude. But as long as I'm comfortable, it's my plate. How I eat should not be of your concern. And that's, kind of like what I try to convey the message to my daughter, where she would sometimes, like when she was younger, she would look at other people's, how they eat. And I was like, mind your own business. Eat what's on your plate, order whatever the fuck you want, and don't worry what others eat or how they eat, as long as it doesn't concern you. And I think that's what it's all about.
Yeah, absolutely. Lukasz, do y'all get much sushi there, or do y'all have any sushi restaurants in town or anything?
Not that much. We got few of them here, but they're not like super popular, places to go to. People are like more like a traditional here, so they probably rather go to like places where they can grab like I would say pierogi, those kinds of things. But they also prefer like pizza, hamburgers, those kinds of things. We also have this fancy McDonald's that was not like now like upgraded, so yeah. But good thing, like when Robbie was describing his mother and so on, I was like, at the end of the day, you should be proud of your mother.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, because I remember like one time I went with my mom to a restaurant, and I don't remember what was the situation or something like that, but I was also like embarrassed about something. I don't know about what, but
yeah, then you're embarrassed about being embarrassed, right?
Yeah, and when we left the restaurant, I was like, dude, what the fuck is wrong with you? You should be happy, that you are spending your time with your family and your loved ones, and you are like, thinking what other people will think about you or your beloved ones. And I was like, damn, dude, it's like it's a one-time thing, and it's not, we always like try to like be like super fancy and so on, but at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. What matters is that you have this great time, and that's what your focus should be on.
Yeah. Excellent. Devin, happy Father's Day to all. Yes, happy early Father's Day to myself, Robbie, all the dads out there, and my dad. I got to see last weekend.
And a happy Father's Day to those dads that don't know that they dads.
Hell yeah!
Don't have to worry about that.
I will drink to
that. It was mostly tongue in cheek, nonsense. That's the way I refer to all of Sandy's stuff. Is just it's her nonsense. That's all. But it's meant in love. She knows that she's a knucklehead. Yari, how does creatine affect hydration in endurance sports? It benefits it greatly. There's been a bunch of studies on creatine, as we all know, for like anaerobic performance, so weightlifting, boxing, all of these other, fast twitch kind of sports. But there's also a pretty good amount of studies on creatine in the endurance capacity too. So enhanced cellular hydration, better thermal regulation, increased resistance to fatigue, better energy production during your exercise. It's nothing but upsides in terms of creatine's effect for athletes across the board. So whether it's powerlifting, long distance running, swimming, hiking, cycling, kettlebell swinging, dry humping the wall post, whatever you want to do, creatine, 2 thumbs up. Any counter arguments or disputes, gentlemen? Agreements, things to add to that?
When it comes to creatine, I think like we all in agreement that it's like proven, and even discussing it's kind of like stupid at this point. However, I still get irritated when I hear about the fear of creatine making you retain water. When that subject comes up, fucking pisses me off like almost instantly. Like, can you just let this go?
Yeah.
I recently had a discussion with one girl at the Facebook forum, and she was like, she was asking questions to like other girls, and I was like, I'm not a girl, but I will chip in, and I will just say that creatine won't hurt you, so you don't have to cycle it or anything like that. You don't have to buy any fancy food.
The cycling shit.
Yeah, please. Yeah, you don't ever need to do that.
And she was like, was also like, the creatine HCl is superior than monohydrate, and you don't need that much. And she was like, I only need like 1.5 grams of HCl, while in monohydrate I need to take 5 grams. I'm like, yeah, right, but you're like paying twice as much for HCl, right? So it's just mind blowing to me,
Agreed. Yeah, I don't know why it's still an issue, but it's.
I just had a question right now. I just had a question from somebody that I know I'm friendly with that wants to take a fat burner, but is afraid to take a fat burner because it's gonna damage liver. I'm like, and it comes from a person that actually I know that likes to on occasion to drink alcohol, and I was trying to be very gentle and try not to be rude, and I was, what, you're worried about something you shouldn't be worried because you heard somebody saying something stupid, but consuming alcohol, which is proven to be liver damaging or putting it in jeopardy, so to speak, that you're not worried about. Just like all these urban legends and those he said, she said, it's so easy today to do a little bit of research, and you can stick to your opinion. That's fine. If it's an opinion, it's fine.
Yeah.
Things like creatine, things like certain. We know that there are ingredients and supplements that are actually have data and research behind them, and it's not. Yeah. You don't even have to kind of listen to us. It just takes a few clicks, and it's right in front of you. How hard is it? Yet somebody at the gym who doesn't know shit said that, I don't know, I just heard somebody saying that, citrulline is dangerous. And then I heard somebody saying that caffeine should not be consumed at all because it's harmful. Then the whole vasodilation that is kind of drives me insane at this point.
Yeah.
Making you retain water, and you shouldn't be using it pre-contest. And HCl is superior, like Lukasz said, to monohydrate. It carries on and on and on and on. And you know what? At a certain point, it's getting tiring. Like, it's almost exhausting because you're answering the same question that the answer is pretty much there for a long time. It's not like recent research. Like, we found out about creatine like recently that it's, it's okay. No, it's out there for years, if not a decade or two.
Exactly. Yeah. We're multiple decades. Chris, kindly reminding everyone, don't forget to tickle that like button. But since Shane's not here, block all notifications from Stack3D this week. Block every goddamn notification from Stack3D possible, unless Shane shows up, and then forget everything I said.
Misleading information.
It is. He's bought and paid for by the industry.
And he's getting paid for content that he writes. Everything is paid for.
Devin, how's the Apollon sleep formula coming along?
Finally did the supplement facts. And thanks, Devin. The thing is that I just talked to Robert a couple of days ago. We discussed this, and we have a few things lined up. And the problem is right now, like a little bit jammed up, unfortunately, because we're so anxious to release more and have a few in a pipeline. Certain things. I can say, the sleep formula we did probably over a year ago, and we're only going to release it probably in the next 2 months, hopefully, and then a couple of things we were kind of forced to reformulate, so to speak, because FDA has a thing for certain ingredients on a monthly basis. And then, with new flavors and stuff like that, we did the collagen, I think, formula probably 6 months ago. And, it's hopefully going to be released in the next 2 months. And then with the seminar, obviously, we want to release something that's going to be impressive, for that time. and going to Arnold Classic in UK. Want to release something for that, and it seems like we've been releasing a product every month. So that's the only thing, is that we're kind of a little bit jammed up, and each and every product that is released, you want to give it enough time to kind of to get the attention that it deserves. Robert helped me put together kidney formula, I think over a year ago. We had this, yeah, you see, he doesn't even remember. I mean, the supplement facts already
Totally
done.
forgot about that one.
Yeah, I mean, I forgot about that one. I completely forgot about that one. It just came up recently. Shit, we forgot to release the product. And so that's the only thing. So I apologize when I say sometimes like, a month, and it ends up like 3 months, but it's not intentional. I do promise that the sleep formula is going to be here. I'm hoping before the end of summer, but fall we should definitely. In fact, I actually wanted to do something that I've never done before. I'm going to disclose a flavor on the sleep formula. And I wanted, actually, since we have Lukasz, who is obviously, industry insider and I consider an expert. We clash all the time, but he knows I love him. But I wanted his opinion, especially considering that, he's Polish and lives somewhere in a bunker or some shit like that. So his input, and I don't know even if Robert knows this, to be honest. So one of the flavors, there's probably going to be 3 flavors on the supplement formula, on a sleep formula, I'm sorry. So the sleep formula, the 2 flavors I'm not going to disclose. Let's just say they're pretty traditional, so nothing fancy, but I would call them safe. The third one I came up with myself, and I do like it a lot, but we have a bit of a hesitation releasing it. Because while Europeans are very, very open-minded, Americans are not so much, especially when it comes to a little bit unusual flavors. Yeah. So there is a little bit of a hesitation with this flavor. It came out good. And actually, because I'm familiar with the flavor, it actually came out pretty accurate and on point. But we hesitate whether we should release it or not. And I just wanted Lukasz's input and Robert's input. Actually, Lukasz is probably even more. And, if anyone has an input, from the listeners, I would really appreciate that too. So the flavor is Thai tea. Well, Thai tea is a pretty popular drink.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah, it's a very.
I've had it before.
Yeah, it's a popular drink. It's I don't know, Robert maybe can describe it better than I do. I'm terrible with this. It's a little bit on the sweeter side.
Yeah, it's got coconut milk in it, I think.
It has a bit of a coconut milk in it. Like I said, it's very exotic. But we have a bit of a dispute, not even disagreement, but hesitation from Carolina, for example, and rightfully so. Her being the CEO, she obviously wants to make sure that it's successful, but she hesitates with the American market. I'm a little bit more like, let's fucking do it, but I do understand the reservation behind it too. So, Lukasz, if you want to take this and, share your thoughts on it, on unusual flavors. I know you're not in America, and it's a little bit harder for you, but you're very, very familiar with American market. And then, Chris, thank you. And then I would like everybody's input, whoever wants to give some input to it. Obviously, Devin, Chris already said it, and, Lukasz, go ahead.
Hey, by the way, YK said that this flavor can be risky.
Because Americans are very, very whenever you release something that is a little bit off, Americans like marshmallow, chocolate, pumpkin, those are very, very, very peanut butter. Those are safe flavors in American market. When you're talking about something like, pierogi flavor, so I'm just saying, because it's like different European, something completely off. Americans tend to hesitate a little bit when they're not sure about it. For example, we had coconut lime or pina colada, not pina colada, I would say the painkiller that we did with Branch Warren. And it's alcoholic beverage that not everybody is very familiar. It's basically pina colada with orange. It was a very slow seller. We struggled with it until people tried it and the word of mouth spread, and then it started selling. The Thai tea, is, like Robert is familiar with it, but not many people are familiar. I mean, Chris actually gave a pretty good input. So we were 50-50. The flavor is already approved. The flavor is good, and it tastes exactly, 90% like Thai tea. But do we take the risk and release it, or we just release it, or would you say hold it?
I will tell you from the European standpoint, and also from like UK, because in Europe and also in UK, like drinking tea is really traditional, and many people drink tea even before bed. For their relaxation purposes, and basically, it can be warm or it can be like a bit colder. Especially in the summertime, people are drinking like a bit colder tea, with ice or something like that. But me personally, it reminds me of a one product, and I think it was from 5% Nutrition, I believe. And Rich Piana released, it was, I think it was Knock the Fuck Out, I think.
Yeah, it was a tea flavor. Yeah.
Or Sleep to Grow. And he had this flavor, but he had like a Himalayan tea or something like that. And it was like a different kind of a taste, but it was good,
But was it
like,
popular?
Sorry?
Did it sell? Was it popular, like from a marketing perspective?
It was definitely unique. I don't know if it was like a great seller, because we didn't have the SKU in our offer, due to the formula, so we couldn't like sell it. But from what I've heard in UK, it was selling pretty good. Oh yeah,
honey
this
lemon
one,
tea.
Honey lemon tea, exactly. Yeah, so I think it can be risky, of course, but if you say that it tastes good, it can bring its customers, Plus, I also think with your reputation and so on, you can just like produce a bit. I would say like half of the stock from other like flavors, and try to like go with it and see what happens. If you don't risk it, you don't drink champagne, right?
No, yeah.
Chris, I liked your Turnpike tea. I like Turnpike tea. I don't know if that's a good seller flavor, but I like it. I thought Sean did a good job with the tea flavor.
I would say that was the least popular. It's all because it's hooligan, but it was least popular. I liked it too, actually.
Yeah. Honey lemon tea was just okay. I'd agree with that.
With the tea also, especially with the sleep formula, I think it matches good, because you would like, for example, release a product like, I don't know, like a pre-workout or something like that is like Thai tea. That wouldn't work in my opinion. But as far as like a sleep formula or like a recovery stuff, yeah, that can work.
Yeah, I think that'd work real well. Sridhar. Hey, Sridhar, we haven't seen you the past couple of weeks, man. We're glad you're here and Shane's not. So we already said we're putting the kibosh on all recommendations for Stack 3D this week until Shane shows up. So don't try to slide any suggestions to sign up for his notifications. We're banning all Stack 3D notifications this week. Go for the tide. It sounds like our peanut gallery of listeners is saying go for it, Robbie. Even if it's a limited edition flavor, go for it.
Carolina just texted me. She goes, I would go for champagne over tea.
Hey, champagne works too. I do a nice bourbon flavor, but that's me. Sridhar,
like I said,
change from normal flavors. Agreed.
Okay, if you don't risk, you don't drink champagne.
No, I agree.
Hey, by the way, did she ever release that video when she was drinking champagne out of the Stacked Award?
That's a good question. I don't remember.
I think I need to see this. Robbie, we need to, if we don't make it public, we need to at least see it on the group chat.
Yeah.
Bro, that was fucking epic.
I gotta see this.
I'll send it to you right now.
I gotta see this. Devin, I did see your question about niacin versus niacinamide. I'm gonna get back to that in a second. We're just going through. We're still on the Thai tea topic. Went out on backpacking trips and no reception joy. That's all right, sweetheart. I figured you were out gallivanting up the side of a mountain or something. Hopefully it was enjoyable. Mitch says go for it too, Robbie. Chris, Axe and Sledge they had a whiskey cola flavor for their amino product. I never tried that though. I love the label though, that it's very much inspired, riffing on the Jack Daniel's Tennessee whiskey, which it's a bourbon. It's called Tennessee whiskey because it goes through an additional filtration process called the Lincoln County process, but it's bourbon in every other trait qualification, federal mandate that must make something.
Okay, Robert, check your messages.
All right, let me see. I'm not sharing my screen, am I? Okay, good.
Hey, can you share this on the podcast or not?
Of course we can.
Carolina looks so saucy when she's looking at the camera pouring in the champagne too, man.
Hey, Robert, share this stuff on the podcast.
Wait, I don't have Kay's permission. I'm not getting my ass in trouble with Carolina. That's the last person I'm going to piss off. Until I have explicit written permission from her, that video is staying locked in the chat. I'm not risking that.
That's, by the way, that's how you properly celebrate the victory.
Exactly.
Not some mumbo jumbo fucking shit.
Simon says, I like fuzzy navel a lot, but I'm a strange case. No, that's a good flavor. The shot is a good drink too, if you've ever tried that. Or a buttery nipple.
You got permission.
We have permission?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. All right, here we go.
Get ready for a treat, guys.
All right, give me 1 sec.
That was Lukasz's idea. I remember that.
The one and only.
I remember what did you say afterwards? You are fucking crazy.
All right, ready? Putting it away like a champ. Awesome.
Yeah.
Very nice, Carolina. Very nice.
Emotion.
All right. Where we go? Devin, can we discuss the differences between niacin and niacinamide? Sure. Niacin, also known as nicotinic acid, and niacinamide are two different forms of vitamin B3. So they're both vitamin B3, and your body can convert them interchangeably in the body depending on which form it's getting. The type that's more commonly found in meat-based products is niacinamide. They all have pretty much the same end-over benefits. They support energy production, energy metabolism, since it's a B vitamin, skin health, all that other good stuff. The one important caveat, niacin leads to flushing when taken in higher doses. Niacinamide is the non-flushing form of vitamin B3. They're both bioavailable. They both get taken. They both can have benefits. But niacinamide is the non-flushing form of niacin or vitamin B3. That's it in a nutshell. Do y'all like flushing sensations, or do you not like the flushing sensation of niacin?
Me personally.
Yeah. Do you like the flushing or no?
Hell no. I don't like the feeling at all. That I don't know what's the purpose of it, to be honest. Like, I can understand like adding a bit higher dosage of vitamin B3, but like, adding like a stupid amount is like, nah. I'd rather like go with like, I don't know, 10 grams of beta alanine or something like that, instead of like, going like super itchy or something. I remember like one time my brother who's not training at all, and he just wanted like to take some vitamins just to like improve his health markers and so on, because he was like getting sick from time to time and so on. And I told him that he can grab some like B vitamins for the like viral purposes and so on. And I assumed he only bought like vitamin B3, but it was in like stupid high dosage. And he took like from the get-go. I believe the dose was like, I don't know, 1 capsule or something like that, and he took 3 straight from the get-go. And I remember this day like it was yesterday, and I was downstairs. I was doing my cardio session, and he comes to me and he's like super red everywhere. He's like, "What's going on? What's going on? I'm super red. Everything is itching. And I'm like, and I was I'm laughing because I know what was happening to him, and he's like, what's going on? And I'm like, it's okay, it's just like vitamin B3,
Yeah.
It will take some time, but it will like come down after like 10-15 minutes or something. Just like try to drink a bit more water, so it will flash out, from your body quicker. Yeah, nothing like, I don't know, if maybe 20 minutes it ran out, from his body, and everything was fine. But after that experience, he said that he's not gonna take it anymore.
You should have messed with him, since like you should have said, "Dude, I think we need to get you to the hospital. You might be dying or something." Just to fuck with him.
At first place, I wanted to, but he's the type of a person that he's like always panicking about everything.
Yeah.
And he's always like super stressful, so I didn't want to like bother him any, more than that. So I was like, okay, I'm not gonna fuck with that.
Chris, how much pink Himalayan salt do you need for pumps? Lukasz.
It's hard to say because every person has its own like, I would not limits, but I would say, it depends on your like conditions. What I mean by that is, if you're like eating super processed foods during your day, if not, if you are eating like clean, do you season your food with some sea salt or something like that? It all comes down also to your like salt consumption, throughout the day. So that has a huge impact on everything. If you're not eating at all any like super processed foods, and you're not seasoning your foods, then you should consider like adding a bit more salt, during your day and also before your workout. But besides that, I personally take 2 grams of salt before my training session. And I like to, incorporate to it aquamin as well as taurine. So just to like stay hydrated and so on. But yeah, I said it comes to like individual preferences and so on.
Yeah. And it's not necessarily there's nothing magical about the pink Himalayan component of the salt. It's the sodium component of the salt that's really doing the work there, Chris, for the enhanced hydration and fluid retention and all of that stuff. So that's something to keep in mind too. If you want to use sea salt, kosher salt, regular iodine salt, like iodized Morton's iodized salt, whatever you got, it's the sodium component of that's really helping with the hydration there. But if you like the flavor of pink Himalayan salt, I mean that's fine too. But I think Stan Everding has talked before. He gives his guys something like 500 milligrams or something like that before they go out on like their strongman workouts or something like that, like a few heavy cranks of the salt grinder into your pre-workout. I do that most mornings. I'll do a nice hefty shake. If any of the pre-workouts or pump pre-workouts don't have any additional salt, or just like a sprinkling of it, not much of it. So I'll probably do, 300-400 milligrams of salt.
Have you ever had a chance to try smoked salt?
At a food festival we were at in the fall, yes. I had some smoked salt on some barbecue food, which was almost too much just because the meat's already smoky. So do I need like coarse grain smoked salt on it? But I do like smoky flavored smoked foods and things like that, yeah.
So recently I was able to try smoked salt from Applewood.
Ooh.
Bro, it's just totally another dimension.
Yeah.
And you can also like taste a bit of an apple that is like passing through the salt kernels. So it was
Yeah.
It was really a whole another experience. I would definitely recommend it.
Cool. Yeah, I like smoked foods. I don't like smoky tasting alcohol. So like really peaty scotches, I don't like. I've never acquired a taste for it. I had a smoked beer. It was a Polish style beer, and I think I've told you about this before, Lukasz. One of the local breweries around us does a smoked beer, and it's a Polish one. They call it a Grodziskie. So I tried it. And it's good with barbecue, but outside of unless I'm eating barbecue with it, I don't want to drink it at all.
Yeah.
But it's good. I mean, I enjoy it in the right context, and if I'm in the right mindset and stuff, it's good.
Yeah.
Justin, can you guys look up Natreve Mooless protein and discuss your thoughts on it? Sure, Justin. You guys are doing awesome with suggestions for topics this week. Keep them rolling. That makes it easier on my part. I don't have to think about shit to talk about on the show. So just keep it all going.
I'm looking at it right now.
Yeah. Natreve. All right, let's share this and let's see. Boop, boop, boop. Okay, I can get rid of that. All right. Natreve Mooless, animal-free whey protein. I think this is the stuff Shane was talking about, wasn't it? Where you're synthesizing it from some kind of thing.
Bacteria.
Yeah, it's like some petri dish kind of shit or something.
Yeah, but I think it's a bit different thing, or maybe I'm wrong.
Mooless offers the nutritional benefits of whey protein powder, but with much less environmental impact than conventional whey protein powder. Where's the proof of that? Is what I'm curious about.
Hormone antibiotics free.
10% reduction in water supply compared with conventional 6% reduction. Okay, how do we do it? To make animal-free whey protein, microflora are given an exact copy of DNA corresponding to cow's milk protein. In fermentation tanks, the flora grazes on the flora food and converts it into animal-free milk protein. Yeah. In the final step, the flora is filtered out, leaving pure animal-free whey protein that is identical to the protein found in cow's milk.
Yeah, that's the one that Shane talked about.
Yeah. 4 delicious flavors: chocolate fudge brownie, cookies and cream, vanilla bean cupcake, strawberry shortcake. $40 for 10 servings. 20 grams of protein. Ouch. That's expensive. I mean,
yeah.
Yes. All right. So we got non-animal whey protein isolate, natural flavor, Digiceb, which is the multi-enzyme blend, which is used in Primeval's protein powders and a couple of other ones. Organic guar gum, organic coconut milk powder, xanthan gum, sea salt, organic stevia leaf extract, and organic monk fruit extract. 0.5 gram of fat, 5 grams carbs, 2 grams fiber, 1 gram total sugar, 0 grams of added sugars, 20 grams of protein, 100 calories per pack. I mean, the macros are nice. I do not like the $40 price tag. Obviously, this is newer technology. So as we scale things up and more companies start trying this and it becomes more economical and all of that stuff, I'm expecting the price to come down.
Yeah.
If you want to support this kind of stuff, sure. If you're a big animal rights guy, you want to go vegan stuff, you don't want to use animal products or whatever, I mean, sure, this is a viable option. I'd be curious to see how it actually tastes, just given some of the other stabilizers, and if bacteria can really burp out whey protein that tastes just like cow's milk protein. Let's try it. You know, I'm curious to see their flavoring and the quality of it.
You know, like with all new technologies, you know, the price will definitely be high from the get-go, but you know, like you said, with time I believe the price will go down, you know, especially if they're well and so on.
Yeah. What do you think of this, Robbie? This is if you remember a couple months back, Shane had talked about bacteria that digested some kind of stuff and they, you know, pooped out whey protein.
Yeah.
And so this is the brand that's out now.
With Blackson guys last week as well. I mean, it sounds pretty cool, but I don't know. To be honest with you, I didn't really look into it. I'm not sure. think? I mean, of course, I missed. What are your thoughts?
It's interesting. Like the new technology aspect of it is kind of cool. The fact that they figured out a way to engineer this stuff figure out the what I don't even know the right words, the molecular modifications or the synthesis processes of using algae and fungi. Sorry, it's not algae. It is fungus.
But you know what? I mean, I do understand the technology, so to speak. I don't understand, and it's pretty cool. I mean, everything that is new is always cool. It's always fascinating.
Yeah.
My biggest thing is that we know why we use supplements. We know why we use protein. We know the differences between isolate, concentrate, and whatnot, and different types of protein. The question is benefit, and is it really needed? That's the only thing that I'm kind of, again, I'm not shitting on this. I mean, it's I think it's a fair question. Like, it's pretty cool. I mean, the technology sounds, in theory, sounds phenomenal. New, I mean, you can say even maybe breakthrough, but is it needed? I mean, do you benefit? Like, like, for example, if you vegetarian, right? So you're not going to eat any meat-based protein, or dairy protein or something like that. You need vegan, right? So we know why you're doing it. Why would you switch from regular isolate to this? Would you get more benefit? That's a question. Because the only thing I want any proof that this is superior to what I'm using right now, or if it's not, which is fine too, will it be cheaper? Because something is going to be more expensive.
Yeah, I mean, it's $3 a serving right now for these little packets. It's 10 servings in a box, $40 for the box. Maybe you save 15% with subscribe and save. So it's $33 for 10 packs. It's still, I mean,
it's hefty, especially with prices today. I mean, it's expensive. I just want to see that, is this going to benefit me more than, the regular isolate that I'm using right now?
Yeah. And I don't think it will. This is just like another option for people that want to, I don't know, don't use animal products or something.
Then in that case, will it be cheaper? And you just it's not.
Yeah. But it's interesting. The technology is cool. It's just, it's expensive, and I don't see myself ever willingly going and purchasing this. I know there are consumers that will, but not me.
Well, you just, I mean, it's not quite the same, but I mean, you were one of the biggest opponents, so to speak, as to using the fancy creatine versions. And I remember you saying, like, you know what, not only do I stick to monohydrate, I'm not quoting you word for word, but you basically said, not only am I sticking to monohydrate, but I'm also not even willing to pay more for Creapure. I'm going to use regular monohydrate. Yeah. Now probably that argument is out the window with the prices of creatine, but you get what I'm saying. You're sticking to the basics. You'd rather pay for something that is as effective and possibly cheaper. That's the only thing. I mean, it's always, we sound like we're criticizing pretty much everybody, but this is not criticism. This is just observation. That's it.
Yeah. Did you drop out, Lukasz, or did I kick you out or something?
Kick me out.
I did? All right. Well, thank you all for joining us. We'll catch you next time on The Final Scoop.
Fucking Russian.
No soup for you. This sounds like the California Performance Company whey protein. That was expensive too. Yeah, it's really expensive.
That's about it.
Yeah. Chris, gotta run. Thanks as always, guys. Catch the rest on rerun. Thank you, Chris, for always tuning in and loading us up with questions. Yeah. Justin, do you think, going back to your original, you're the one that brought up the Natreve Mooless protein, do you find yourself purchasing it? Are you going to be enticed to purchase it? And for what reason would you try it over regular whey protein? Sridhar, the one I sent is $2 a serving, I think. Do we know if the body will respond the exact same way as it does with regular whey isolate, absorption, etc.? We don't, since I'm guessing down to like the chemically structural level of it, it's identical. In theory, it should react the exact same way as it should in the human body until we have actual studies comparing animal-derived whey protein versus fungus-derived whey protein. I don't know if we have that answer. It'd be an interesting topic to talk about with a biologist or somebody that really understands this stuff, because that's over my head.
Well, just recently, I think I saw on Stacked. I think
we don't talk about that website today. We don't mention that website.
The other side. There was Diesel. I think the company's called Diesel, and they advertise whey isolate from New Zealand.
Yeah.
I mean, whenever I hear something like that, I mean, I'm not against it. I'm not against it, not at all.
Yeah.
But that's kind of like sends me a signal that the advertising is superior, and to me that immediately translates as to more expensive. And then it raises the question of why? Why would I pay for
Happy cow
from New Zealand? You know, we don't even like Shane, and he's from New Zealand.
Hey bro, look at Shane. Look how happy he is. So he's probably eating the same stuff as the cows are eating down there. That's why he's so pure, you know.
He is. Simon says, could beetroot nitrate cause flushing? I've never heard of anything of that, nor experienced it myself. And you'd have to take a lot of beetroot. Like, you'd have to drink 500 milliliters of beetroot juice, or take several grams worth of beetroot powder to even get a marginally effective amount of nitrate from pure beetroot powder. The little 500 milligrams that you're getting in your pre-workout, doing jack shit from the nitrate standpoint. The polyphenols in there might be helping you with some blood flow stuff, but the nitrate component is basically non-existent. It's like 2 or 3% of that 500 milligram dose. And you need at the baseline around 300 milligrams of nitrate to even like get that pathway going.
And yet the companies that are promoting the shit out of it, like it's like still nonstop.
Yeah.
I would say that the only flushing he will experience is gonna be at the toilet. That's basically it. Because I remember when I was like 20 years old, I was eating a fuck shitload of beetroot, you know, from beets to beetroot powder. And when I was like shitting and so on, you know, my poo was like red color, you know. So, and I was like, did I shit blood or something like that? Oh no, I had beets. So yeah, I wouldn't.
We always manage to circle back to some kind of bathroom story on these podcasts. It's wonderful.
Yeah.
Sridhar, maybe it tastes better. It could. It might. Maybe that New Zealand whey protein tastes better. I don't know. Happy cows. I always find that Kerrygold Irish butter tastes way better than any butter in the USA. I'm sure it's the milk used. Kerrygold, if nobody's had Kerrygold butter, it's awesome. I'm not a big butter guy, but like there's a discernible difference in taste between like the generic supermarket butter you get here in the States and Kerrygold Irish butter. So that's it. I don't know what kind of fancy butter they have in Poland though.
I'm pretty sure
bro.
Pretty good in Poland. I mean, Eastern Europe is known for like very, very good dairy products.
Have you ever drank raw milk straight from the cow tit?
No, I've never gotten below the cow and just go like this.
No, I'm being serious. I'm being serious.
It's a completely different experience. You're right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I've heard it's really tasty and delicious. I've just never tried it.
Bro, when I was like 6 years old, and we were at my grandma's house, and it was like a super small town, and you know my auntie had cows, and every morning she was coming with like a few bottles of raw milk straight from the cow tit. Bro, we were like fighting for a glass of that milk. I'm being serious. Yeah. It was that good, and it had this. It has when you were pouring it to a glass, you had this like a bit of like a coat, you know, and it was like It was so good, I'm sure that Simon, because he's also Polish, he also probably tried it. So, yeah, it was so delicious.
I have those anabolic growth factors, man. That's what y'all are getting from those cows. That's it. Is the whole non-dairy, like dairy avoidance, oat milk bullshit as prevalent in your neck of the woods, Lukasz, as it is here in the States? Like, you walk into a Starbucks or any coffee shop and they've got oat milk, almond milk, soy milk, all this other bullshit. Like, everybody's saying, I can't do dairy, I can't drink this, my child's allergic to this. I'm thinking, oh, fuck off.
Not that much.
Okay.
Plus, we don't have Starbucks in every corner here in Poland.
Yeah.
We have cafeterias, but they're like local. We have like Costa, those kind of things.
Yeah.
And we also have like smaller shops because people like prefer family businesses instead of like bigger chains, because they are like more friendly and so on. But they're not like, I think that's like 90% of people are still buying like milk. And you of course you can purchase like oat milk, almond milk, soy milk, those kind of things.
Yeah.
But they are not that popular,
Okay. Yeah, that's what I was curious about. I just drink regular milk and I'm fine. It's all the same. Where did it go? Logan brought this up last week on the podcast, and I was curious because he mentioned that the owner of Nootropics Depot had reportedly heard that some Turkesterone supplements weren't up to board, and we actually got the results of that this week. They posted the entire thread, and some nondescript supplement news site posted the link to the actual Turkesterone. I'm not going to give Shane any credit since
You know what? Lukasz just posted on Facebook something from Nitrate, and Nitrate for me personally became kind of a hit and miss. Sometimes he will post something that I totally agree with, and sometimes he will post just something to get attention, which I think is a complete bullshit. But this is something that I think Lukasz agreed with, and I agree with it too. I think that number one, we are in the supplement industry. We know, like I can speak personally, like anything, as soon as I see proprietary blend, that boils my blood, and I always say it. I don't like it. I will never accept it, and I will say it again and again and again. But on the transparent formulas, people don't realize because they're not within the industry. They're just buying products and that's it. Look, I will say this. I'm not the biggest Derek fan. I'm not. Nor do I dislike him or hate him. I have no opinion. I also think that the guy is good at marketing, very good at marketing. I think he built a very, very popular platform, and I think he's making a lot of money, and he's very, very successful. Do I agree with everything that he says and does? And do I like all his products? I don't. But he has his market, and he has his followers, and he has his worshippers and groupies and whatever, and good for him. However, I have to defend him on this one. As somebody who also makes supplements, I think the last thing somebody in Derek's position wants is to cheat his customers. It's very dangerous for him. And he has this big target on his back, just like I do. I have a lot of people that don't like me. I have, when you make something good or you getting attention or you're outspoken, people don't like you. People fear something that is honest, straightforward, or gets attention. I'm pretty sure he has a lot of enemies. I'm pretty sure. But I don't think that Derek willingly will go to the manufacturer and say, like, listen, get me Turkesterone or any other ingredient. And we'll say, you know what? I want you to underdose this because I want to save money. I will put my reputation on the line. Somebody will test my products. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to underdose and I'm going to make more money. There is no way in hell he's going to do it. So if his product or anyone's in his position product is either underdosed or lacks certain quality, I assure you that's not done on purpose. Nor am I convinced that that test is legit. Because again, There are a lot of people that obviously dislike him, and there is a big fucking target on his back at all times from competitors and haters and whatnot. I came out 5 years ago and I said my product is underdosed. Now everybody who knows me within the industry by now knows, whether you like me, you don't like me, or even hate me, you know that my supplements are legit. You know that I do my best to fucking fully load my products. I don't do shortcuts. I don't do anything of that. Yet I came out and I said, like, listen, we tested the product and my manufacturer fucked me over. Now, did he do it willingly? I don't know. Maybe he didn't test the ingredients. I mean, people don't realize by the time the end user is getting a product, you know, you can get something from Prometeus, right? Now, a store buys from Prometeus and customer buys from the store. Now, so the store sold it to the customer, Prometeus sold it to the store, a company, a brand sold it to Prometeus, manufacturer made it for the brand, and an ingredient company, a sourcing, they sold it to the manufacturer in the first place. You have about 4 or 5 channels that can get you fucked. 4 or 5 channels. Any of those channels can be dishonest. It only takes one, and sometimes it's an honest mistake. It's really an honest mistake. And somebody who's testing your products, you know, I can fucking, you know, in this day and age, it doesn't take a lot of proof. It doesn't. You know, I can go and say that Robert is a child molester and Lukasz is a rapist. You know what? And it's enough to cause somebody to ruin their career, to ruin their marriages, to ruin their reputation, to ruin their businesses. It's enough. I don't even need evidence or advice. I mean, how many people we've seen canceled just because somebody said something? You know, we've seen actors that somebody comes out and said, oh, you know what? He raped me 20 years ago. Really? Took you 20 years to come out and say it, but 20 years ago, where were you? You know, it's one of those things where you have to question it, and everybody made such a big issue about it. I understand, you know, if somebody cheated, you know, if you bought a product that doesn't contain what it's supposed to contain, you can always return it. Like, listen, I saw a test result, I'm going to return it. But immediately to go and destroy somebody's reputation and go after, you know, like a witch hunt and say, you know what, he's cheating, he did it on purpose and stuff like that. The truth is, we don't know. We really, really, really don't know. I'll tell you another thing, and I'll say it behind after we come off the show. I was with my manufacturer on Friday. This is a true story, and I'm working right now on a supplement, on a product, and it contained a certain amount. Let's just say it came out extremely expensive, way more expensive than anticipated. And I'm like, hold on a second. How is it possible that this particular ingredient is a third or, you know, or a quarter of a cost, and it jacks up my price through the roof? And I started arguing with the manufacturer, something that I usually don't do. You know, I respect that everybody wants to make money, but this was like outrageous price, especially for the product. And my manufacturer is an honest guy. Robert knows who I'm talking about. He's a very, very honest guy. Stand-up guy, and he never ripped me off or anything like that. But I keep telling him, like I said, something is off. This cannot cost that much money. And I found a product by a different brand that contains the very same ingredient. Yet, if I was selling the product, I would have to jack up the price tremendously, because otherwise we would not be able to make money. Yet this particular product by this particular brand costs substantially less, which makes absolutely no sense. How is it even possible? You know, the same ingredient, same trademark, same everything. We are sitting there for about 3 or 4 hours trying to figure out what's going on. Guess what? The brand, whether willingly or not, the calculation on a milligram, on a dosage, is way off. And it's in front of everybody. Everybody sees it. Nobody paid attention to it. Nobody. They severely underdosed the product of the same ingredient. And that's how they were probably able to get the cost down so much. You know, and it's right in front of everybody. And it's an extremely reputable brand that won a lot of awards. That's all I'm gonna say. So you know what? Sometimes these things do happen, and it's not just black and white. Sometimes you have to be a little bit like, oh really, shit happens. Maybe it's not the brand's fault. Maybe it didn't fail the test. We simply don't have all the details to go on a rampage and just fucking go after the brand or go after the owner and say like, well, he's this dishonest guy and whatnot, based on one little factor, because it doesn't take much to damage somebody's reputation, especially in this day and age.
Hey, Robbie, can I chip in?
Yeah, sure.
Because I fully agree with you, and I remember the video that Nick that shared on his YouTube channel, and same as you, I'm not like a huge fan of the guy.
No.
And sometimes I agree with him, and sometimes I don't. But just for like entertaining purposes, I'm like watching and following his channel. But when he described the funniest part of that is that he's not saying Turkesterone, but he's saying saying Turstone or something like that.
Some shit like that. Yeah.
Yeah, he was misspelling the name at the first place. So I was like, dude, at first, just like get a grip and just like try to say the correct word for the ingredient. But I also think that as far as like testing, I think it can be skewed.
Oh yeah.
Just because like the guy said that he bought like a product he said that he bought it from the sites, from Derek and from HTLT. But we have this funny thing that is called chain of custody, so it could be skewed as well at some point. And I also think that if he has this fancy laboratory that he's like sharing and posting, why he didn't like share the whole results? He only like shares like few things out on the Reddit, while he should like set everything basically. If he wants to like put like a full blast on these two brands, why he didn't share all the results, all the paperwork and so on. And the last point to me that is like that I don't get it is, why now? After like 2 or 3 years, they are like on the market right now, right guys? And none of the customers were like complaining or anything like that. And none of the customers said that that the product doesn't work.
And many people, some of them were repeat buyers, so obviously it worked.
Exactly. And that was like mind blowing to me, because if they were like if they would like screwed people, they would bought like maybe one bottle and they would say, oh fuck no, this shit doesn't work. But most of these guys were like returning customers, and many of them like bought not one, not two, that they are like buying bulk orders, like 2-3 bottles, and me and you had this conversation about Turk and so on, and you have your opinion, I have my opinion, but at the end of the day we agreed on many pointers, and
absolutely,
and at the end of the day we respect our opinions, and that's why we love to talk about things like this, because I think that discussion should be the right option, not just like yell at each other and just like
100%. I agree with you, but like I said, you posted on Facebook, and I think you said you agree with Nick. I was like, what the fuck? I was like, I decided to watch it, and apart from the fact that he was butchering the name, I was like, okay, you know what? He made a valid point. I agree with that too. I mean, come on, to damage somebody's reputation is very, very easy these days. But like you said, I mean, the product's been on the market for 2-3 years. When you drink something like a protein shake, the only thing you can tell is whether you like the flavor or not. That's about it. It's not like it's a workout or a fat burner or something that you can judge the results by. You're just drinking because it's beneficial, and you can choose a flavor that you like. But turkesterone is fucking expensive. It's very expensive, and I'm pretty sure if you use it and you don't see results, you're not going to spend your hard-earned money to buy it again and again and again. And it's been on the market, I think, for the company for a year, for two. I mean, it just conventional wisdom says that it's probably popular. I've never used it. I don't know. So I'm not going to share my opinion because I simply don't know. But I know that even from Apollon, there are repeat buyers that were buying his brand and they were buying his turkesterone. And my guess, the reason why they were buying it, because it worked. I mean, they liked it. Otherwise they wouldn't, because it's an expensive product. It's not like buying a $10, $20 product. It's expensive. So, nobody suspected. We're talking, I would assume, because he's so popular, thousands and thousands of bottles sold. And all of a sudden, 2-3 years later, it didn't just fail the test. It failed it seriously. I mean, there's like a trace of it. Basically, there is nothing in it if the test is correct. And like you said, it's very, very suspicious why it comes today. Okay, listen, I don't know. Maybe it is underdosed. It's quite possible. I don't know. When I don't know something, I'm not going to make a claim. But there are a lot of questions in this in this situation, and I wouldn't jump the gun so quickly, and I wouldn't make accusations. I would be okay. There is a test allegedly. Allegedly, there is underdose product. Allegedly, is there possible? 100% possible. But it's also possible that this is complete bullshit.
Yeah. 100%.
I think part of the issue, I don't think the owner of Nootropics Depot had any malicious intent in doing this. Like, he even goes through in that very lengthy description he put, he doesn't have anything to gain by doing this. Nootropics Depot isn't even in that sports nutrition space that Gorilla Mind and Doucette's brand are in. I think it's more, and he even says in there, he goes, we've been testing a bunch of different products over the years, and this is more of like just trying to keep the whole industry and kind of like be aware that these ingredients are bullshit. And that's just something like I've said from the beginning, is that there's not much science on this. And from what I remember, both Doucette and Derek were pretty high on the whole turkesterone thing, saying it's this awesome anabolic. It's pretty amazing. I'm just thought, I mean, they were so in the tank for the ingredient but they should, if they were really that strong believers of the ingredient, they should have taken more steps to do quality control on their part from the brand side of it. And if that's going back and third party testing their own shit, yeah, it's expensive. But if you're going to try and ride this ingredient and market the hell out of it like they did, I mean, it's on you as the brand owner. So I don't have any remorse. I don't think these guys need to be burned to the ground. But I also don't have any remorse for them selling an underdosed product either.
You're absolutely right on this. You're absolutely right on this.
Yeah.
But what Lukasz and I are trying to say is, number one, I don't know the Nootropic Depot, whatever the guy's name is. I have no idea who he is. Was it malicious? I don't know, because like I said, I don't think it's right for me to accuse him either, since I don't know. I don't know what he did or did not do. The problem is that everybody jumped on this and immediately was drawing conclusions that these guys are crooks. Again, I'm not a Derek fan. I'm not. I don't hate him. I don't love him. I'm kind of like, whatever. Don't give a shit. The thing is like, for example, I have, with one of my manufacturers, I have certificate of analysis. I mean, we get it tested and stuff like that. They test it. Beautiful. With the other one, we get tested, and, they testing it actually with their own money and whatever. The third one that I have, the cost of testing is actually included in the quotes that they give me, and there is a breakdown that I see. Now, please tell me, does that as a consumer, if you're my consumer, if Lukasz is my consumer, is that enough to protect you against underdose product from me? It's not. It's still, the fluke is possible. There is still a possibility, because there are so many channels that the product is going through, that it's still possible that even companies like Apollon, companies like Morphogen, companies like very, very that make these fucking amazing products, it's very possible. Now, turkesterone, I guess I can say it, we're going to release a product with Turkesterone as well. We will. I honestly do not use it. And I don't think that there is a use for it, for me personally. I'm on TRT. I'm taking 200 milligrams of testosterone weekly. I don't think that Turkesterone is going to beat those results and it's going to give me what I need, because I think I already get superior results and whatnot from TRT. But Lukasz is 100% natural, and he swears by Turkesterone. He's been using it for quite some time. Now, I'm not a big believer. And I'm being transparent. I shouldn't be saying it because I'm releasing the product. Yet, you both saw the formula that I'm releasing. It's a fucking badass formula. It's a really, really badass formula. I mean, Lukasz, the first thing that he was like fucking started screaming, this is my type of product. So I'm releasing a product that is Lukasz's type of product, not my type of product.
I said it has my name all over it.
Yeah, it has my name on it. So you know what? But who am I? I might have a conversation with Lukasz, and we have conversations all the time. I will say to Lukasz, even though I'm releasing the product, I will say to Lukasz, because I'm not the biggest fan. I'm not convinced. I think the formula is great, but I'm not convinced. Not only that, I don't think I'll be taking it. I don't think I need to take it. But Lukasz will, because he believes in a product. And who the fuck am I to tell a grown-up man that product does not work? He believes in it. He sees results. He knows his body. He knows he responds to it. Fuck, you know what? He's a customer. I'm a businessman. I own the brand. I will sell it to him. Look, I'm not going to sell it to you. I'm just going to give it to you. Just saying it for example. But you know what I'm saying? If he believes in it, that means that Derek sold fucking thousands of bottles to happy customers. So I'm not saying that Derek doesn't cheat. I don't know. I'm not saying that his product is dosed, overdosed, underdosed. I don't know. I'm not saying the guy who tested it is a liar, because again, I don't know. I don't know anything. All I know is somebody said that there is a test that shows that it's possible that this product is underdosed. And all I've seen is so much hate and so much criticism based on just one accusation that actually might be justified. It might be true. It might not be true. Just like you said, that the guy who tested it had no malicious intentions and didn't intend to discredit Derek. I will bet anything, well, almost anything, that Derek did not, even if it's underdosed, didn't do it on purpose. And that wasn't his intention to cheat the customers or whatnot. If his product is underdosed, I'm pretty sure he's devastated by it, because his company probably took such a tremendous blow that it's insane. I can only imagine the week that he had, and I don't wish it on my worst enemy. I think that he's going through hell right now. He's going to have, I don't know if he did address his followers or he did not address his followers, but he will have to. He will have to. He doesn't have a choice. And no matter what he's going to say, it's still not going to help. I'm pretty sure he lost thousands and thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of dollars, because not only people will hesitate buying his Turkesterone, they will hesitate to buy his entire line. His entire brand is going to get affected by it. His reputation will get affected by it. I'm pretty sure he lost a lot of followers. I'm pretty sure a lot of people unsubscribed from his channel. I mean, I'm pretty sure it's like a witch hunt. So it's like the only thing that I'm asking is, and I'm the first one, I'll fucking destroy anyone who's cheating or does whatnot. But in this case, we just simply don't know. I mean, we really don't know what happened.
Yeah, this is why I just steer people away. Sourcing the ingredients, same thing with laxagenin and all this other stuff. You have no idea of the quality of the raw materials. Just stay away from the products that have these ingredients in them and just stick to the shit that works. Unless you've got a bunch of disposable income and you don't really care if you're getting something that's pixie dusted or not, then fine. It's your money. You can do whatever you want to. But yeah, that's the way it is. The last thing I guess I'll say on this is that don't go listen to the talking heads on this. And I realize I'm a talking head saying this, but the pundits that want to pontificate about this shit, the Trigillies and that are trying to do the clickbait bullshit, go read the actual thread on Reddit for yourself. But don't take everybody else's take. Actually do your work and read the lab results, and you can see the quality of the tests that they went through and all of that stuff.
And do not subscribe. And do not subscribe to Stack. Fuck that.
Yeah,
shit.
don't subscribe to Stacks.
Now you can turn on your notifications from Stacked. Earlier we said since you weren't here, I said block all of them bitches. But now that Shane's here, you can unblock the notifications.
Unblock them.
Yeah, fake news.
Yeah.
Tune into all the fake news from Stack 3D, please. So how was the Daddy's Day dinner?
It was bad.
Was
It was a lot of food.
McDonald's does not live up to your expectations today?
No, we went ahead. We had some fucking amazing sundae ice cream milkshake thing.
Yeah.
Fucking ridiculous. Felt like I was drinking sugar through a damn straw. I was like, this is the... Usually you have dessert, you're like, man, I should have done that. That just made me feel like a fat piece of shit. That one, I was like, holy fuck, man. That was worth it.
There you go. What'd you get in your shake?
I don't really know. I asked for one of the favorites. I don't remember the name. It was mostly cream, but damn, it tasted good.
There you go. So is that all your dinner, or what did you have on the dinner that preceded the milkshake?
We had a few burgers before that, so
Okay.
this was kind of typical, but the milkshake was the shit.
Cherry on top. Outstanding. Yeah. Shane, did you have anything you wanted to add to the Turkesterone stuff?
I'm assuming that was what you were talking about, based on the back.
Yeah, is there anything, like, we've all kind of said our piece. Did you want to add anything, or are you okay not saying anything?
I don't know. I think it was... I mean, it's just interesting to see where it goes from here. The guy put out a test. See what happens. None of them no one has said anything as far as I know. I thought it was pretty interesting. Apparently the guy tests many products before, put results online. I had never fucking heard of the guy or the site. I only just was introduced to it when Mark did the video. And then I was kind of like, man, this guy's pretty thorough. And he had all the testing equipment on hand. And I think he was legitimately just like, okay, I'll give it a go, put it online. Because, to be honest, those kinds of things, as weird as it sounds, because we've had this stuff in the past before, when someone, back in amino spiking days, that was why we did Stack Certified. We did the opposite. They were like, you should test the products that might be amino spiked. And I was like, because you can get your ass sued into the fucking ground from just testing, even if you're right.
How?
Well,
defamation?
For starters, you think that if let's just say I came out with a test that said this brand had 5 grams of protein that was meant to be 25. This was the discussion I had back in the day. Yeah. Everyone told me not to do it because all they need to do is go back and challenge the lab. Yeah. And then they can and how much money do you think they have? And how much money do you think they have? For me to just defend would be pointless. And they would just keep doing it and keep doing it and keep doing it. So I was like, so when we did our testing back in the day, we did the opposite. We tested the ones that wanted to be tested to prove that they were right. So, and this guy apparently has done it quite a bit, like a lot from what I read. So I thought it was pretty interesting. Again, I never met the brand before, never had come across it. And obviously had a big following on Reddit. Yeah. So I guess we'll just see where it goes from here.
Yeah. I buy all my more aggressive nootropics through Nootropics Depot, so like the racetams and even some of the premium stuff.
It's the name of the site.
Recognize all that stuff.
It's the name of the site, isn't it? It seems like.
Yeah, Nootropics Depot.
I was going through the site. I was like, I never come across this site, and I'm assuming, do they manufacture themselves?
I don't know. I don't know that.
Surely you must be with that kind of testing equipment. That shit that he has is not.
Yeah,
that's not
PLC machines and everything. Yeah,
dude, that ain't a little amount of money. I know how much some of those things are.
Right. Yeah, they're putting in a good money.
And you wouldn't be doing that if you weren't necessarily testing the raws, testing the finished product.
Yeah.
I feel like it might be cheaper to invest in the manufacturing line yourself than to invest in the testing.
Absolutely.
Coming soon, the final scoop Turkesterone.
Never. I'm not going to put my name on a Turkesterone bullshit.
No, it's not Turkesterone. It's Turkesterone.
Simon says, I would love Apollon product because we're sure Robbie will run around to get the best possible source of each ingredient.
Hey, Robbie. let's brew some here in Poland.
I don't trust you. You gotta fucking add caffeine to it.
Bro, I got a nice wood here.
You can fertilize it. You can fertilize it with Lukasz's shit, and it'll just be naturally caffeinated.
We can. But this shit is apparently red from eating all the beets.
It will be like a Turkesterone on steroids, bro.
Yeah.
It's like Turkesterone on Turkesterone.
Any other plans for Father's Day tomorrow, Shane?
Not really.
Not
I don't know what we're doing tomorrow, to be honest. We went out all day today, so probably nothing.
Okay. Are you back in? I'm assuming you're back in the UK, given your apartment.
Sure am. Yeah. And we've got our plans. We finally booked the flight to go back through to the US. We officially leave Europe on October 2nd.
Okay.
I think. I don't know. And we're flying up from, I don't know, geographically. We're actually going to Cancun.
Cancun? So you're going down to Cancun to go up to Jersey or something?
No, so my logic here was that it was not very easy to get to anywhere in America straight, right? From Manchester, you typically have to fly from London or Portugal, specifically Porto or Lisbon. And I was like, so I didn't want to fly 2-3 hours there and then have to fly 10 hours. So we got a flight that goes straight from the UK to Cancun, and it's the same length of time. In fact, it's shorter than me flying to Portugal then to Newark. And then this way, and this way we can actually get a direct flight straight from Cancun up to you guys, up to Robic for the seminar. And we can't leave early because I think we were going to visit 1 or 2 people. But you got way more options to fly to in America from Cancun than you do from fucking the UK and or Portugal. Mm-hmm. So made it a little easier.
Probably about the same, if not cheaper.
I think we paid. I think we probably paid like 100, 150 extra per person to do it this way. But like I said, if we so choose, we could be like, oh, we can stop in Dallas on the way, or Austin, sorry.
Hey, I'll drive up to Dallas. If you land, I will drive 3 hours to meet you in Dallas.
Because keep in mind, Shane is not driving to you.
Yeah, I drive to shit.
Fully aware. If you're in Dallas for an extended period, like greater than like 12 hours, I will drive up there and we'll go out. We'll have a good time.
Just so you know, I wouldn't do this for you.
I'm fully aware of that. I'm fully aware of that. I had to drive my ass to your hotel in Vegas last time to pick up a little sample of whatever the little crack in a pill that Bruce gave you to try out.
That wasn't Bruce. That was Ron. That was Ron Kramer.
Ron, that's it. It was Ron's stuff. Yeah, the stim that Ron was working on.
Still working on it, from what I know.
Okay, good. Yeah, I want to try and see if it's evolved or changed since that.
No, I think
the initial run on it was fun.
Oh, the initial when I maxed that bitch out.
Yeah.
It's pretty spicy for an ingredient that, or for a stimulant that he said was like would pass all the necessary steps.
Yeah.
I got a sample not that long ago, but it was I think it wasn't the same source. It was a little bit different or something because I'm assuming he's still trying to fine tune the manufacturing and all that stuff. But yeah, it was a little bit different. But that original one, but he's not used to stim heads. Because I remember when he gave me, I think it was like 10 capsules, and he said the max was 4. I was like, well, fuck this. What am I going to do with 10?
Yeah.
I'm not going to take 4, 4, and 2. And I was like, I got to take 2 5s. And he said, I've gone to 4. And I think I ended up taking 6 and a 4. But the thing is you have to understand that this is a new age stimulant, so it has to pass that. As far as I know, it would have to pass that 100 times test. I don't really know if that's what this has to be, or if this is like something that's in the food supply or something. I don't know. Gotcha. But I don't know. I didn't mind going high.
Okay. I thought it was a 10x. It's a 100x?
I thought it was 100x.
Okay. I don't remember. You were the first one to mention it. So maybe I'm just misremembering.
Yeah, Matt Titlow. That thing stuck in my mind, man. Because that was his point. He said that because caffeine, theoretically, if it wasn't used in the food supply, it wouldn't pass. Because you can take 100 times 100 milligrams of caffeine. That'd be ridiculous.
Yeah, you'd be dead.
Yeah, that was his point. He said
10 grams of caffeine. Yeah,
caffeine wouldn't pass the test, so you wouldn't technically be able to get a stim.
Yeah.
These days, but yeah. Hopefully, we'll find more soon.
Earlier, we had talked about the Natreve Mooless protein, so that fungi-derived or generated fungi-generated.
I'm trying
whey
to
protein.
interview those motherfuckers, man.
Have you tasted it yet? Do you know what it tastes like?
I bought a bag and then it split open on the way.
Oh, okay.
No pun intended.
Yeah.
But I haven't tried it. I want to try it.
Okay.
I imagine it tastes just like whey. I don't really.
Yeah, we had a question on what just our general thoughts about it, and I'm sure that's my first thing is taste. How does it taste? My second thing is it going to react the exact same way in the body? So if it matches like molecule to molecule, the same thing.
It's identical. You said they said identical.
Yeah. But in that case, would you be okay trying lab-grown meat? Let's extend this out. Would you? So let's say they can start making a burger patty that is grown in a lab. Would you feel comfortable doing that, or are you still going by like the cow-based patties, not the?
What's cheaper?
Probably in the current times, buying the cow patty is cheesier.
I mean, if the lab grown one was cheaper,
yeah,
and like amino acids, vitamins, minerals, fats, nutrition was exactly the same, I don't give a shit. You see Star Wars when they put that thing in the microwave and that little dot turned into like a muffin? My God, that's the future. I'm happy with that.
I think the Jetsons used to do something like that on that old cartoon too.
A little capsule and a meal in a capsule. I'm down with that.
Okay, fair enough.
I'd eat some sciencey meat.
Yeah. Would you do that, Lukasz?
Yeah. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter, you know. But right now, I will still go with my cow.
Yeah. If it was cheaper and like actually exactly the same, I didn't eat it and all my muscle were gone in the morning. Like, yeah, I'd be down for it. I'm all good.
You're waking up twice as jacked.
If I wake up twice as jacked, sign me up. I'll eat half.
Them probiotics.
There you go. All right, listeners out there in La La Land, if you got any other questions, comments, queries, quips, smart-ass remarks for us, get them in. Otherwise, I'll let these fine gentlemen go on about their day and enjoy the rest of their time. Any feedback to the announcement of Rays winning Clash of the Cans?
Everyone didn't seem to disagree. It was fantastic.
Okay.
I think everyone was just kind of I think there was one person that said, I wish Ghost won. No one really argued. I mean, they're both pretty damn good energy drinks. I mean... Yeah.
I need to buy the Rays ones. I have not tried them yet.
I got Rise. I have Rises coming on
Brooke told me the Rise ones are really good, and I've seen those at HEB here, so...
I don't know, man. Some people told me they didn't like it. In fact, I would say it's more 70-30 right now to liking it to disliking it. 70% don't like it.
I tried 2 of their flavors. I didn't like either one of
them. Which flavors?
I tried the what's that? The orange juice.
Sunny D.
Yeah, Sunny D. Yeah. I didn't like it at all.
Did you try the lime one? The Baja thing?
No. What's the other one? What else is
they got Smarties, Ring Pop.
Smarties I did not like. But I liked it more than Sunny D.
The Baja, the lime one is meant to be really good.
Yeah, that one I haven't tried. So I mean, I'm not that big on experimenting. I mean, obviously for me, Monster is always number 1, and everybody else is number 2. But Rays is definitely among my favorites. And you know what? I keep coming back to the surprise of 21. And that's the one actually that Shane gave me, and that cross-ups. He gave me grape. I honestly did not even want to try because I fucking hate grape. That one is, I still can get over it. That kind of stuck with me. It was very, 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 very good. It was really good. I haven't tried any other ones. In fact, I actually told somebody only a few days ago that I tried cross-ups grape, and they were like, oh, I didn't. Oh, this is unusual.
Street Eyes back. Yeah.
He was here earlier.
Back from Cyprus.
You see, with Ghost, with Ghost, it's like I have I'm somewhere in between. Like this one, I honestly fucking love this flavor. The orange cream is just it's amazing. It's really among my favorites. Period.
Yeah.
The one that Shane is drinking, I was like, you know.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of this one.
I haven't tried that flavor yet. The Bubblicious.
It's not disgusting. It's not bad. It's just like
I'm drinking it.
yeah. It's
I like the Warheads. The Warheads flavor was good.
We don't have anything else.
yeah. I actually, you know what? One flavor that Ghost has that I don't hear people talk about is the citrus.
I like that one. That was
I
good.
like that one a lot.
Yeah. Yeah. Sandy's favorite was the mango, I think.
Mango is good too. Mango is good too. The strawberry, I was like very whatever. This one might be my favorite. The orange cream might be my favorite that they have. But the citrus, nobody talks about it, and
I like the citrus.
I really like it. I think it's probably the most underrated because I really like that one. Race is very good. I really, I mean, I can't say that I love, but I really like 3D.
Oh, 3D, I love.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
Damn, I
I
love
haven't
that
tried that one, or not in a long time, at least.
you know, America Labs I'm okay with. Not my
I like
favorite,
those.
but it's okay. Yeah, I mean, I would say that rice definitely not my go-to based on the two flavors that I had, especially Sunny D is definitely not my go-to.
I think I got all 5 flavors coming. I'm paid $120 to ship these bitches over here. I thought because I was closer it'd be cheaper. It's not that
Cheaper
much
than Zoa, at least. It's not $300 for shipping.
That's because it's not going to New Zealand, an island in the middle of fucking nowhere. This is going to the UK, but still pretty expensive. It's only 8 cans.
Wow.
Yeah, man.
Man, you got that's either dedication or you're making a shit ton of money with Stack 3D, and I need to come start working for
dedication,
you.
Robert. It's fucking
I need to
dedication.
come work for you.
Hey, where is Cross-Ups available? I actually want to try the rest of the flavors. Is it available even? Because
It's been available since April, but I don't know what their distribution is like. I know you can get it from their site.
Oh, they sell it on their site?
They sell it on their site. They have like a variety pack as well, where you can get like one of each.
Bro, go to Amazon. That's probably.
Is it on Amazon?
I'm sure it is.
Is there a lot of flavors?
3. I think so.
Does any brand make a Rocket Pop flavored one?
I mean, there's bound to be.
Yeah, there has to be.
I do not see ProSup's energy drink on there.
Yeah, no. It's like, I asked
It's not
about
on Amazon, at least.
new.
It should be on this. Yeah, it's on their site still.
Yeah, let me see. When we were in New Orleans last week, I went out with my sister and her husband to a couple of different beer gardens there. And some local New Orleans brewery actually does a Rocket Pop Goza, which a Goza is a type of beer for the people that have no idea what New Orleans I'm talking about. But a Rocket Pop flavored beer. I tried to get Sandy to drink it because she likes Gozas, and she did not take me up on it, unfortunately.
Yeah, I'll let you know how the Rise one goes when it gets here. I think it should be here this week.
There you go. Here you go, Rob.
Yeah, and if you get there's a variety pack, but it's $25 for 3 cans. So
What do they have? Grape? What else?
blue raspberry, and I think the other one apple. No, lime. I think the other one's lime.
Gamma Ray
Yeah,
Grape,
or
Lemon Voltage Lime, and
Lemon
Blue
lime.
Rec.
I gotta try the other two. I mean, the grape really surprised the shit out of me.
I like the lemon lime, but I'm not a big blue raspberry fan, so
Yeah, I'm not
it
either.
might be good if you like that. I don't.
How
It
was
was
the
good.
lime?
What was that?
How was lime?
That was really good. I liked all of them.
Okay.
All of them were just as good as each other. I just am not a big fan of blue raspberry, so.
Interesting. Okay. Simon says, Shane, how it went with peak performance self-flow?
Oh, I tried it this morning. Yeah, I did it with shoulders, but I don't know if it's a great example because I have a broken shoulder and I never get that great a pump in my shoulders anyway. So, I mean, the fact that it didn't blow my mind on pumps on shoulders, isn't surprising because I've only probably had like 2 supplements that have.
Yeah.
But so I'm gonna keep trying it because got a whole bottle.
Simon says again, Lukasz, how do you like Isostar? I love the flavors.
I heard of that.
Not my thing. It's more like a hydration formula with some carbs and so on. More for like runner, and it's in a powder formula as well.
It's got a can as okay.
Yeah, it's more like in a powder version. You can also buy like a Gatorade, type of a drink, but I'm not a fan, honestly. So, no, Simon, I don't like the flavors at all.
Shut down, man. That was a. Sorry, Simon.
No comment. Just I don't like them at all.
I don't like it.
With a 2-minute
Logan,
tone.
by the way, Lukasz, I finally got amoxapine and tried it today just for you. It was a lot stronger than I expected. What do you think I should stack it with?
Nothing. I think standalone it does the job, and I didn't like stack it with anything. I was taking it through I had the entire bottle, so I had like 30 caps, and I was taking 1 cup per day. I believe it was 10 milligrams, but please don't recall me because I don't remember the dosage. But it was a 30 serving bottle, and I took it with my first meal of the day, so around like 12 o'clock, something like that. It was pretty cool, It kept me calm throughout the day. No like stupid feelings, those kinds of things, and it also kept me like in a good mood. So definitely, I wouldn't like stack it with anything. But if you want to, like, you can like incorporate it with bacopa or ashwagandha. That's what I would try to do. I wouldn't like go with like some fancy nootropics.
Yeah, I met with a manufacturer this week, and not for any reason. He just gave me a tour. Here's a brand, and he was saying back in the day, some guy approached him who sold. He was at like a ingredient expo, and he sold scorpion parts, like that you could eat. I said to him, I said, dude, you need to get a hold of that, man, and you need to put that in a fucking supplement. He said it was all edible, like insects and stuff like that. I said, because if you, in this day and age, with real cookie pieces and marshmallows, if you came out with a pre-workout and said real scorpion in it, I bet that bitch would sell.
The ultimate anabolic.
You'd buy it once because no one would like crunchy scorpion in their pre-workout, but I feel like it would
buy it once the entire life.
Scorpion peptides.
I just thought it was the craziest thing that he said. Yeah, he sold like several different insects, and the scorpion, like he did the crickets and all that shit. But he said scorpion was one of the ones that this guy readily manufactured and stuff. I thought it was wild.
Hey, by the way, did you ever try insect protein powder?
Yeah, I did.
Never tried cricket protein.
Fucking horrible.
Is it?
Come on, dude.
What do you mean? Come on, dude. What?
You don't even like taste it. Taste the. Did you say that taste the flavor?
What do you mean taste the flavor? Yeah, I tasted it. What insect are you talking about? Because I mean, there's a lot of insect protein powders out there.
I think it was crickets.
Yeah, obvious. Yeah, but not everyone does the same. I had crick. They were one of the big ones that came out with crick, and they said that their pitch was that I remember they said it was tastes amazing and you'll have trouble, like it won't taste that bad to you, dude. I flushed the rest of that shake away because it tasted. I've had some bad vegan protein powders. This shit took the cake, man.
So I had this protein. It called Sans, and it was in I believe it was in 2 flavors. It was vanilla and chocolate. And it was based on crickets, and I didn't taste any weird taste. Yeah, SENS.
Sin.
And I didn't have and I didn't had like any weird taste or anything like that. And I drink it at all. And they also had bars, also nothing, no aftertaste at all. So I'm just like weird that you had
Okay, I
like
think
this.
yeah, see, so the one that you've natural taste from, so the one you've talked about has cricket protein flour, pea protein, sunflower protein, cocoa, and so the one I had was straight crickets. There was no,
Oh,
it was not a blend. It was just pure crickets,
oh, okay.
and it was like I ain't eaten ass before, but I feel like it had to have been this. It was pretty bad. Like it's kind of like you know when you have the vegan proteins and it just has a really earthy aftertaste.
Yeah.
You get
Yep.
that from the start. So I felt bad because I said to them, I was like, I don't want to be mean, but this is bad.
It's a bit
Well,
shit.
I gotta say from the get go, the consistency is definitely different. It reminds me of a plant based protein. That's for sure. Yeah.
Because I think since when the first bunch rolled out, I think that it was like a really big thing. They were saying it was cricket protein, sustainable, all this stuff. But then
Hmm.
after that initial rollout, I noticed a lot of people started doing blends, and obviously I feel like it's kind of like the guys who say we use whey isolate and they put it in a blend at the end. I feel like it that they just realized that we can't make bugs taste fucking delicious, and then they just started using because since the initial rollout of like a few pure crickets, I saw mostly blends where they would do the plant based approach and all that stuff.
Mm.
But I feel like that must at least balance it out, or at least give them a little more ability to at least have the pitch and then still. Because I'm looking at the one, yeah. See, so the one you had, the list of ingredients, pea proteins first, then it's cocoa powder, then cricket flour is after the cocoa powder, and in brackets it says 10%. So I'm assuming
Yeah.
there's not much cricket in there, but that one I had, straight crickets.
Oh.
Yum.
And I felt bad because they said, "Oh, dude, it's like you won't be able to tell the difference between regular protein." I was like, "Fine, sign me up. I'll buy it."
Yeah, not a chance.
I bought it. Was not happy.
Lukasz,
If I'm
there's a
honest,
term for that in the bourbon world. It's called a drain pour. You pour the whole thing down the drain because it's so insipid. You're not ever going to use it.
for the homies.
I mean, I like the concept, like, but just not, just again, yeah. I feel like obviously the blends these days I think are probably a little bit better, but I don't know. Yeah, that was a bad one. I've never gone back to
You
cricket
know,
since then.
in Poland we have so much pigeons, so maybe who knows?
Logan, I wouldn't be surprised to see more animal subs coming out. I mean, black ants are a great source for ecdysterone. Or ecdysterone, however you want to say it. Okay. The same bottle of creatine that I buy at Vitamin Shop. Why are you buying your supplements at Vitamin Shop? That's my first question.
Because he supports local, okay, Robert? Unlike
They're-
you, ad blocking son of a bitch.
Went from $12 to $45 due to supply chain issues. I don't know if the price lowered back again, but I thought that was crazy. Yes, the
Yeah.
price of creatine has gone up. I don't know if it's going to go up 3.5 times on the shelf, though, to the consumers. That seems a bit much. But that's why I wouldn't go to Vitamin Shop to buy my supplements anyway. Just kind of like, I'm not going to go to GNC. They're way overpriced.
We've talked about this before. I love going to stores.
Well, that makes one of 4 on this panel.
Lucas,
Maybe
you like going to supplement stores, don't you?
for me,
Yeah.
bro, I'm like a chubby kid in the
Yeah,
hot
man.
candy store.
I just like going in and just
I
looking.
love that experience. I love that experience. Nothing better.
Okay, I'm going to make you...
I love my grocery shopping and I love my supplement store.
Look at that. See, NutriCost creatine monohydrate, 2 pounds for $50. That'll last you almost an entire year. 200 servings at 5 grams. If you lower it down to 3 grams, which is the maintenance serving of creatine, you got your year right there of creatine. or maybe
Bro,
not
it's a shit.
exactly a year.
Yeah, but the
shit.
thing is this was probably a lot cheaper than this. And the problem is with the supply chain right now. I know for a fact when it comes to creatine and when it comes to isolate, some brands do not even sell to stores anymore because they just cannot make money. It's just impossible. I mean, when you have a kilo of creatine going from $3-4 all the way to right now $25, I mean, it's a problem. And there you go.
Family channel.
You should be happy, Robert. Because whenever we see a water fountain, Ava throws a coin in and makes a wish. So we had 3 coins. My Nikki threw one in.
Yeah.
I threw one in, and then Ava threw one in, and her wish was, "I love Mummy so much," and threw the coin in. I'm like, bitch,
Not Daddy.
what the fuck? I'm like, you didn't really say you hated me, but you didn't name me. What the fuck?
It's funny. Yeah. Okay, going back to your thing, I'm looking at the cheapest thing on Vitamin Shop. It was 18 ounces of creatine was $50 or $40. So
I don't know what these ounces are. What is this in kilos?
not anywhere near a kilo. I mean,
Go
it's
to
1
the
pound.
normal.
1 pound was $50. Do not buy that stuff there. A pound and a
Maybe
half
he likes
of
going. Maybe he likes going to Vitamin Shop.
Optimum's creatine is $60. Moral of the story: don't buy your stuff through Vitamin Shop. Just don't. Go get NutriCost off Amazon. You'll save a ton.
Hey, I got a better idea. You can go to Apollon site, use the fat discount, the final scoop, and you will save that fat 15%, if I believe. So definitely check that out. Haha. Hashtag plug.
There you go.
What the fuck was that?
Polish gangster.
I'm definitely making fucking protein pierogi flavor.
There we go. Any other last calls for comments, questions, queries, or quips before we put a bow on the package and send this thing out the door? Because my halfling just woke up, as everyone just saw a second ago. A little head popped on the screen.
Yeah, she said, "I love you." That's nice. You're lucky.
Father of the year, right here, right there.
I mean, you're also her only father, but you know, whatever.
The only parent in the household right now, too. Sandy is. Oh wait, Shane didn't get to see. We got to play this for Shane. Sandy is away. Sandy is away on a teacher trip right now. Okay, Shane?
Yeah.
So I just want to share something with you that is very important. I think this will benefit your life. Okay?
Is she playing a song, a goodnight song for her?
Not quite. Not quite.
And after that, another video. Remember what? Robert.
Sandy?
Yes.
Yes.
All right, you ready?
This lady's high energy, I know that.
This is what I have to deal with. This is what they do at teacher conferences, apparently.
I was gonna say, what am I watching? This is pretty cool, I will admit. I would like to have a video like this.
I would love to have a teacher like that.
Yeah.
Robert,
Yeah.
play that second video that we
Okay.
played today.
Let me hide this for a second. Pull it up, and then.
Because I don't know if Shane saw it or not.
That is pretty sweet. I will admit.
Apparently there was a new cookie shop that was opening.
Oh, see, that's not even part of the conference. That's okay.
Yeah, it was a new cookie shop opening, and they had this little runway nonsense going on right there.
Of course, you had to jump on it. I completely understand. I would have jumped on it too.
There's a public display that's taking pictures. Of course, Sandy's going to go. I mean, that's what.
Not even there. It's a 3D camera, mate. I'm there.
Okay. All right. Well, then you and Sandy.
And it looked like there was a fan blowing her hair, or did she flick back? I couldn't tell.
She probably did a little bit of both. Every time she takes a picture, you'll see this when you see her in person. If you want to take a picture, she goes, "Wait, don't do it." And she goes, "Poof," and she does this like massive like hair flip.
That's pretty cool.
To get ready for that. Sure, you would have caught that.
Well, only half of us will be able to potentially do that.
All right, there you go.
I think I sent it to Shane.
I saw this. Yeah. I didn't watch it yet.
Kind of
should I
wish
fill
she
it
was
up to
doing
the-
vodka in there.
Why didn't she fill it up to the top?
Coming from a guy who doesn't drink alcohol.
I don't know why, but I could watch this video all the time.
Caroline is awesome.
Like a TikTok. again.
Outstanding. All right, gentlemen. Thank you as always for joining us. To the listeners out there, we very much appreciate it. Y'all had a bunch of great questions, comments, queries, and quips this week. We appreciate it. Thank you for sticking with us through 101 episodes. We'll be back next week for episode number 102. Same bat time, same bat channel. If you like what we're doing here, make sure to like, comment, subscribe. Leave a comment down below if you got any issues you'd like us to address on a final or future episode. Share the video with family, friends, and loved ones. Leave us a 5-star review if you're so inclined on your favorite podcast perusing platform. Make sure to block any and all notifications.
Highlight the goddamn comment, man. Highlight the comment. You know you need to do it. What are you doing? There we go.
Sridhar coming in under the wire. Remember to subscribe to the Stack 3D podcast and turn on notifications so that you don't miss out on the latest news in the supplement industry.
And
Uh-oh.
don't forget to use the fattest from all the time discounts on Dark Labs, on Body Shock Pro, and on Apollon nutrition sites. Fat discounts.
All right, one and all, we wish you a pleasant evening, and we'll catch you all next time on the Final Scoop.